My name is Kenneth Daniel. I've been coaching for over 25 years. I love basketball. It's a passion. The game teaches so much. I think sport is a small part, but I think overall how it teaches you how to fail. And it saved me as a young person because we had some place to go, but it saved so many of my friends. And I think sports it crosses every barrier. And it allows you to play with people not from your community, from your community. It opens up the world. And that's one of the big reasons why. And I think, I want to make a change. I think it's important as a human being to contribute to enlighten other people around us. And I want to be part of that change.
Left on the line, that side, same spot. Cross, left, good. Good job, excellent, go. Cross, good. Take your time, good shot, let's go. Left hand, left hand, left hand, cross. Good shot. Between the legs, go. Behind the back when you cross. Good, excellent, good. Good shot, good job. Spin. Spin the other way. Good. Excellent, good job. Head.
First of all, I love the game. I think I used to coach the Peace Games in the 90s. When I was in high school, the Peace Games was still going on. I started kiddie ball because my son at the time was 5 years old, and I started that age because I wanted him around me. But I think to be part of a coaching community, the friendships that you have is lifelong. It makes a change in the world. When you look at what sports does, it opens the door, as I said, socially. But I could say without question, I have kids who are teachers, I have kids who are lawyers, I have kids who are professional basketball players. We've had the change in people's lives that if it was not for sport, I think they would have went a different path. So I think it's important for us to start recognizing why I coach, because once again, I want to change in my community. I want to be a contributor. And I think when I look at the faces of young people that we coach and we deal with, we are making a difference. They see themselves different. They learn to fail and not have the same consequences, I think, in everyday life. And coach and teaching kids that failure is okay, but you get another chance to fix it. I love my community. This is a great place to live. I don't want to leave. And I think through sports, we're going to change the world. And when you look and see what's happening out there, the NBA and the boycotts, and they're making people that we look up to starting to realize that they're just like us. They're going through the same things. They have families and children who are going through some of the same systems. Money doesn't change your color or anything else that happens to you. It's a byproduct, and it allows you to do things, but it doesn't change who you are as a person. It's not supposed to. First of all, when you find something that you love to do, you never want to let it go. I think it's important I see young kids, I love being around the young people. I love teaching. I think it's a great chance to impart some of the things that I've learned over the years and pass it on to the next generation, like the people before me. I played for Scarborough Caribbean Sports Club and the Maroons. They had great people and great mentors. I am now a mentor. Kids come to me for a lot of social issues, not just basketball, but life lessons, the things that I've learned, I'm able to pass on to young people, help them and be a roadmap to some of the things that they're going to go through because I've been through it already. I love the basketball. I love the people in basketball. I love the game of basketball. But I coach because the passion in helping young people make a difference. All these kids are going to school and going to university. And I could say as a young person, when I was a younger person, not so much of our kids had a chance to go to university. We have kids going to university, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have teachers, and those are the byproduct of playing sports. It teaches you how to work in a group, an environment with different people, but fighting for the same cause and goals. And I think that's the one thing that sports teaches you. The discipline. And basketball is one, hockey, soccer, all the sports, I think it incorporates discipline, getting up in the morning, doing your training, going to school, and going to training afterwards. So sports is important to kids. I think if you look at the pandemic and what's going on today, our kids are in the house, they're crumped up. They need to be outside, get some air, some exercises. The one other thing I have to say, the most important part of your body is above your head. Why would you not look after the vessel that houses it? Our kids are overweight, our kids are not in the best shape. So we have to find ways to protect this by looking after this. And I think basketball is one sport that's mine, but it's a great opportunity to help kids find themselves, have success. And I say that for a simple reason. I think life itself is hard. We teach kids to have that discipline, to enjoy something that they like to do, which is a sport, but it teaches our kids to fail, get past it, and continue to do something else. And I think it's one big factor that I see changes as kids and how they feel about themselves when they get that success right away instead of have to wait, 6 months or 3 months after a test. When you succeed at that spot, you get that adulation and that success, and you can see it in the kids. I'm happy. When kids come back to me and say, Coach, some of the things I learned in your program, I do it in my everyday life. We've had students from here. I have kids in the Olympics. As I said, I have teachers. I have citizens that contribute to everybody else in this community. I have kids who work for the city of Toronto. I saw 2 of my students, which is the craziest thing. They were on the Amazing Race Canada. And they had a little article about them, and they said they met playing basketball, my basketball program. And so the results, I think, are important. Kids learn communication. They travel the world, and they come back to saying, Coach, thank you. I take a little part in it, but the thing I tell young people, learn to take credit for your hard work. Because sometimes people want to say, I gave you this and I did this for you. And I say to young people, no, I'm just a resource. And I think it's important for them to understand that the library is there. If you don't go to the library, it's useless. But when you take advice, and the little advice or the knowledge that I have, and you're able to take it and use it, I think you have to learn to take credit that you did understand it was there to be used. And so I think in hindsight, our young people have to teach them that discipline. And I'm very, very happy over the years for the young people I've had come back and help me coach. I have a young lady, Amanda Davidson, by the way, and I hear myself talking. I could close my eyes, and the things that she's saying is the things that I taught over the years. And so she says, Coach, you sit down and relax. And they come back and help the kids, and I coach their children. I have a situation now where I coach kids at 15 and 16 and 17. Now they're bringing their kids back to my program. So we have that circle of life, so to speak, where it comes back in the fruits of their labor, and they recognize that I've been a small part in their life. And just remember, life is it's a big thing, but I was part of that cycle. And they bring their kids back to get a little piece of what I gave them. So, I'm very happy with what we're doing and what I will continue to do, and teach young people that sport is important. And thank you. Thank you, EJ. Great question. And I would first like to say you are a student of mine. And doing this, what you do, you educate yourself in it. This is the stuff I want to continue. Funding is important. You're now a business person. You have a business. And first of all, say I'm proud of you. But this is what, it's not a legacy per se, but it's a legacy that we want to continue to have upstanding young men like you, who's gone through the process and educated yourself on the photography and the things that you do, and now you're contributing to our society. I want to be able to continue and get other people and other young students to coach, but we need facilities, we need funding. It's one of the things I think it's important. We have to allow this to continue. We have other young people that need us, they need you. We need other mentors in our community, but we need the funding to do it. 30 years of my life, and 25 to 30 years I've been coaching, and we've been doing it on our own money, or our community. But I think it's time that we invest in our young people. The one thing I think is important, when you have young people, you have to pay. Do we pay in the front end, or we pay to incarcerate them? When the system pays up early, you incarcerate less. So I'm a big believer in front end and in some money, so that we could put programs in place to take our young people off the street. Most of them want to do something. They need help, they need direction. I'm here. I want to help. I will help. But I also need the help from our government, from our community, to make sure that we have places available for young people to do photography, to do basketball, to do artwork, to dance. And I think I'm one component of it. There's other groups in the community that that we want to join with, to make sure that our kids have a chance to be upstanding citizens, tax-paying people, just like yourself. And I want to say thank you for what you're doing. And as I said, we need some funding. And thank you very much for the effort that you're doing. But I want to thank you out there for contributing and trying to help us make our community a better place. I live in the Malvern area. It's a great place. Despite what people say, I think the other thing we have to start doing is employing people who live in our community. That way they're going to invest in their community. We have a lot of people that they work here and they don't care about here. They go back to their house or where they live and they contribute to their community. I think it's important to allow people who live here to make it better because they have an investment in it. And so the funding is going to be important, but it's a starting point to continue what I've been doing for over 25 years with not a lot of help. And I want to thank the parents and the kids who came through my program and continue to come back and give up themselves. And I think that's also very important.